The Hebrew month of Tevet is a month of paradox. On the one hand, it's the darkest and coldest month of the year. It's a month in which we fast for several tragedies that befell the people of Israel. On the other hand, it contains the last days of Hanukkah, when we complete the lighting of the menorah, commemorating the great miracles that God did for us in the temple in Jerusalem. Hi, I'm Aaron. My videos focus on Israel, Judaism, and the Hebrew Bible. Do you appreciate content like this? Please take a second to follow for more Judaism and Israel videos. Here we go. The month of Tevet is the 10th month of the Hebrew year, counting from Nisan. It's called by this name in the book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 16, where it says, "And Esther was taken to the king Achashverosh to his royal palace in the 10th month. That is the month of Tevet, in the 7th year of his reign." Tevet falls out in the darkest, coldest part of the winter, with the shortest days and the longest nights. Since everything in the physical world parallels the spiritual world, this indicates that it is a time of divine concealment. Indeed, several tragedies for the people of Israel occurred during this month. On the 8th of Tevet, we mourn the day that the Torah was first translated to Greek. In the 3rd century BC, the Greek-Egyptian king Ptolemy II decided that he wanted to include a copy of the Torah among the other important books of religion and philosophy in his great library in Alexandria. For this purpose, he ordered the Torah to be translated to Greek. To ensure that the translation would be accurate, he ordered 72 Jewish scholars to each make their own translation. He closed each one in a separate room under guard until the translation was complete. He wanted to ensure that each scholar would translate independently without comparing notes. When they had all completed their work, they compared the results, and miraculously, all 72 versions were identical. This translation became known as the Septuagint and became the standard translation of the Torah in the Greek-speaking world. Now, you may ask, what's such a tragedy about this? Isn't it better that more and more people can read the Torah? But the fact is that this day is seen as a great tragedy for several reasons. Number one, the Torah is a divine work. The original Hebrew text contains layers upon layers of meaning that cannot possibly be conveyed by any translation. In translating the text, the scholars were forced to choose only the most basic layer of meaning and exclude the rest. Before the Torah was translated, one could only study it by first learning Hebrew. Now that it was translated, anyone could read the Torah like a regular book in its most superficial form and think that they now understood it completely. Without this event, it would not have been possible for religions to arise which based themselves on the Torah without fully understanding its meaning. Next, on the 9th of Tevet, we mourn the deaths of the two great leaders and prophets, Ezra and Nehemiah, 2,500 years ago, both of who helped to bring the Jews back from the Babylonian exile and reestablish the Torah in the land of Israel. On the 10th of Tevet, we mourn the day that Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, began a 3-year siege on the city of Jerusalem, which ultimately led to its defeat and the destruction of the first temple. Till today, Jews fast the biblical fast of Asarah B'Tevet, the 10th of Tevet, to commemorate all of these events. In addition, in our times, the chief rabbinate of Israel has declared Asarah B'Tevet to be the official day to say the Kaddish prayer for all Holocaust victims whose day of death is not known. So as we can see, Tevet is generally seen as one of the more negative months of the Hebrew calendar. But Tevet also has a positive aspect. The last days of Hanukkah fall in the beginning of the month of Tevet, including the last day where the menorah is complete with all 8 candles burning bright. The Lubavitcher Rebbe explains that this is not a contradiction. The lesson of Hanukkah is that when we're ready to sacrifice for Torah, not only do we have the ability to overcome the darkness, but we can even turn the darkness into light. And in fact, the light that comes from overcoming darkness is even brighter than regular light, so that the menorah and the temple contain 7 lights corresponding to the natural order of the world, represented by 7 days of the week. But the Hanukkah menorah represents the miracle of the oil burning for 8 days, thereby transcending the natural order. May God show us miracles in this month of Tevet as He did for our ancestors so long ago. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like content about Torah, Judaism, and Israel, I hope you'll take a moment to follow this channel. God bless you. Shalom.